Went to buy your favorite brand at the store down on the street. I had the name upon my lips, a habit on repeat. I started making dinner and I set a place for two, before I remembered that there's no more me and you. It's like my mind has accepted that the locks have all been changed, but my pulse is still waiting for the life we prearranged. I'm a house that's been abandoned, but the porch light's burning bright, because I haven't told my shadow you aren't coming home tonight. My logic is a soldier standing guard over the facts, but my soul is just a runaway that's doubling on its tracks. I know the math of moving on, I've read the final page, but I'm a bird that's still forgotten how to live outside the cage. I'm a ghost of a believer in a gospel that's been burned. I'm failing every lesson that I've already well learned. I can tell myself it's over till my voice starts to break, but my ribs are still protecting a beautiful mistake. It's the cruelest kind of waiting, a hope I can't undo, living with a heart that's still expecting you. Yeah, it's still expecting you to walk right through the door. The phone vibrates against the wood and I feel a sudden spark, a desperate kind of lightning flashing through the dark. I know it's just a telemarketer or a friend from out of town, but my chest is doing backflips till the screen goes back to brown. I'm still sleeping on the edge because I'm leaving you the space. In a dream I'm still reaching out to touch your sleeping face. It's a reflex, it's a muscle, it's a ghost limb in the night, trying to hold on to a love that's vanished from my sight. They say that time is healing, but time is just a thief who leaves the longing standing while he steals away the grief. I'm caught between the never and the any second now, with the stubborn kind of loyalty I don't know how to unvow. I'm a ghost of a believer in a gospel that's been burned. I'm failing every lesson that I've already well learned. I can tell myself it's over till my voice starts to break, but my ribs are still protecting a beautiful mistake. It's the cruelest kind of waiting, a hope I can't undo, living with a heart that's still expecting you. I'm still listening for your car, I'm still looking for your keys, I'm still living in the maybe while I'm down upon my knees. You're 1,000 miles gone, but I'm still standing here night still expecting you, expecting you. Any minute now. It wasn't a crash or a sudden blinding light. It wasn't a scream in the middle of the night. It started with a look that didn't linger quite as long, a sudden little hum where there used to be a song. First it was the I love you that you started to omit. Then the way you check your watch when we were meant to sit. I didn't see the mountain fall, I didn't feel the ground. I just noticed that the world was making such a different sound. A coffee cup left on the sink, a joke that didn't land, the feeling of a ghost where I used to hold your hand. I was watching you erode like a shoreline in the rain, a slow and steady inventory of the coming pain. I didn't lose you all at once, I lost you in small parts, the tiny little fractures that eventually break hearts. A habit here, a smile there, a secret you wouldn't share, until I looked across the room and found a stranger there. It's the death by 1,000 cuts, the slow motion goodbye, watching every us we had begin to fade and die. By the time the door was closed, the damage was complete, 'cause I lost you in small pieces before I felt the big defeat. You stopped asking about my day, you stopped arguing the why. You started looking past me at the corners of the sky. I lost the way you'd lean your head against my shoulder blade. I lost the little promises that we had once made. It was the silence in the car, the distance in the bed, weight of all the simple things that went completely unsaid. I was trying to glue the shards, but the cracks were everywhere, trying to breathe life into thin and empty air. If the sky had fallen down, I would have known to run. If the world had ended, then I'd have looked into the sun. But how do you survive the slow evaporating flame when you wake up and you realize you don't recognize the name? It's a robbery of inches, a theft of every day, until there wasn't enough left of you for me to ask to stay. Tiny little fractures that eventually break hearts. A habit here, a smile there, a secret you wouldn't share, until I looked across the room and found a stranger there. It's the death by 1,000 cuts, a slow motion goodbye, watching every us we had begin to fade and die. By the time the door was closed, the damage was complete, 'cause I lost you in small pieces before I felt the big defeat. word today, one touch tomorrow. A steady, quiet stream of sorrow. I was counting down the fragments, I was watching you dissolve. A puzzle with no center that I knew I'd never solve. Yeah, I lost you piece by piece, until there was nothing left to lose. I'm still checking the clock at the time you used to get home. Still saving articles I think you'd like on my phone. But you've already cleared the cache and changed all your codes. You're miles ahead on those brand new sun-drenched roads. I'm stuck in the chapter where we were still us, watching our gold turn to iron and rust. It's a race where I'm running but the finish line moved, trying to prove a devotion that's already been disproved. They say love is a circle but mine is a line that stretches past the exit sign and ignores every warning sign. You checked out early, you settled the bill, while I'm standing here at the window still. I'm holding a torch in the bright morning light, still dressed for a war you stopped wanting to fight. You crossed the border and you burned every bridge, while I'm still defending our ghost on the ridge. It's the loneliest math, the hardest degree, subtracting your heart while it's still beating in me. I'm a carryover, a lingering plea. I loved you longer than you love me. I see it in the way you look through me like glass. How easily you let all our anniversaries pass. For you it's a memory, a soft focus blur. For me it's a wound that refuses to cure. You were mourning our ending while we were still fine, drawing your boundaries and crossing my lines. By the time you said it's over, you were already healed, while I was just standing there wide open in the field. 1 month, 6 months, maybe a year. How long does it take for the us to clear? Because you're already dancing with somebody new, and I'm still just trying to unbecome you. You're 1,000 miles gone, you're a heart set free, and I'm just a prisoner of a used to be. I'm holding a torch in the bright morning light, still dressed for a war you stopped wanting to fight. You crossed the border and you burned every bridge, while I'm still defending our ghost on the ridge. It's the loneliest math, the hardest degree, subtracting your heart while it's still beating in me. I'm a carryover, a lingering plea. I loved you longer than you love me. Yeah, I'm still here. Clocking the hours, counting the days. You're a flickering light in a distant haze. I'm the only one left at the end of the show. I was the last one to know. I loved you longer, I'm still loving you longer than you ever loved me. front door clicks shut at 3:45, but I still hear the echo of your feet on the floor. I hear the jingle of keys in the lock of the gate, the sound of a choice that was made far too late. Most people say that the silence is peace, but for me it's a recording that won't find release. I'm stuck in the seconds before you walked out, when the air was still heavy with shadows and doubt. I've tried to turn the volume down on the pain, but the sound of your departure is a hurricane. It's a low-frequency hum in the back of my mind, the soundtrack of everything I'm leaving behind. The house is dead quiet, but the noise is so loud, like a thunderclap hidden in a clear winter cloud. I still hear the suitcase wheels dragging the hall. I still hear your sorry as it hits the drywall. Time hasn't dimmed it, the signal is clear. I'm living in the moment that you disappear, a ghost in the static, a heart in the weaving. It's been 6 months now, but I still hear you leaving. I hear the engine turn over out on the street, the gravel that crunched underneath your retreating feet. Even the fridge has a buzz that sounds like your name, and the wind in the chimney is whispering shame. I put on the radio just to compete with the rhythm of memories on a steady repeat. But the songs all have gaps where your voice used to be, and the goodbye is the only thing talking to me. Is there a frequency where I can find rest, where I don't hear the heartbeat fading out of your chest, where the slamming of the car door doesn't ring in my ears? I'm a prisoner of sound across all these years. still hear you leaving. The turn of the handle, the shift of the weight, the click of the latch, I hear it every night. I hear it in the morning light. It never stops, I still hear you leaving. I check the photos on the mantle from a year ago today, trying to find the exact moment that the colors turned to gray. We didn't have a blowout, no plate smashed on the floor. No, I hate you shouted as you slammed the bedroom door. I was waiting for a storm to break, for a lightning bolt to strike, but the fire just turned to ember. Then there's something like a cold heart in a cabin when the winter settles in, losing what we were before we knew where to begin. I didn't sign the papers to let the feeling go. I didn't give the orders for the blood to move so slow. It's a robbery in daylight when nothing's actually gone, except the way I felt about you when we woke up at the dawn. It wasn't a choice, it wasn't a plan. It slipped like water through the palms of my hand. We stood on the tracks, but the train never came. Now I'm shivering cold while I'm smelling the flame. You didn't betray me, and I didn't lie. We just watched the forever go dim in our eyes. It's the cruelest kind of ending, the ultimate condition. Love faded away without our permission. I reach for you at night, and it's a habit, not a need. Like a gardener still watering a long day withered seed. I'm looking for the chemistry, the pull, the electric touch, but I'm just feeling nothing, and it hurts me twice as much. How do you fix a heart that isn't technically broken? How do you answer words that were never even spoken? We're victims of a sunset we didn't want to see, a quiet slow motion, tragic mutiny. If I could find the thief, I'd bring him to his knees. I'd beg for the return of the God I love you, please. But you can't arrest the gravity, you can't sue the tide for taking all the magic that was living deep inside. We're just two empty vessels on a calm and glass-like sea, wondering where the wind went through you. Palms of my hand, we stood on the tracks, but the train never came. Now I'm shivering cold while I'm smelling the flame. You didn't betray me, and I didn't lie. We just watched the forever go dim in our eyes. It's the cruelest kind of ending, the ultimate condition. Love faded away without our permission. say stop, you didn't say go, but the garden just stopped wanting to grow. Now we're just standing here in the quiet of the mission, watching it die without our permission. We were two ships in a harbor, waiting for the tide. But I was built for the ocean, and you were meant to hide. I was a summer fever when you were the autumn chill. I was a racing engine, and you were the standing still. We found the right person in the wrong kind of year, when my heart was all courage and yours was all fear. I was ready to build while you were ready to burn, missing the lesson we were both supposed to learn. A minute too early, a second too late. We were just victims of a clumsy kind of fate. The stars were all shining, but they weren't in a line. I was yours for a moment, but you were never quite mine. We had the right rhythm, but the wrong kind of song. We were singing the right words, but the timing was wrong. I was the forever, and you were the just for now. A broken promise before we even made the vow. It wasn't the distance, and it wasn't the light. It was just a slow motion of a love that was dying. The clock on the wall had a different plan for us both. Our love missed its timing, and it choked out the growth. I finally grew up just as you were moving on. I reached for the light just as you hit the dawn. I have the map now, but you've already left the state. I've got the key to a house that's behind a locked gate. If we met in the future, if we met in the past, maybe we'd be the kind of fire that was meant to last. But we're caught in the middle of a not quite yet, a beautiful tragedy that I'll never forget. Is there a universe where the numbers all add up, where the wine doesn't spill from the rim of the cup, where I'm not too heavy and you're not too light, and we don't have to say goodbye just to do what is right? timing was wrong. I was the forever, and you were the just for now. A broken promise before we even made the vow. It wasn't the distance, and it wasn't the lying. It was just a slow motion of a love that was dying. The clock on the wall had a different plan for us both. Our love missed its timing, and it choked out the growth. Wrong place, wrong time, a perfect melody without the rhyme. I was ready, but you were gone, and the clock just keeps ticking on and on. Yeah, we just missed it. We just missed it by a heartbeat. I saw you reaching for your coat. I saw the shift in your eyes, the way you looked at the floorboards, avoiding the whys. I had 1,000 arguments lined up in a row, reasons to stay and seeds we could grow. But the air in the room was already thin, and I knew there was no way to let the light back in. My pride was a mountain, but my heart was a stone. So I just watched you stand there, already alone. The words stayed like lead at the back of my throat as you checked for your keys in the pocket of your coat. I could have begged, I could have screamed at the sky, but I just stood in the kitchen and let the earth die. It's the silence that haunts me in the middle of the night, the ghost of the struggle I didn't even invite. I let you walk out without a hand on your sleeve. I just watched the door close and I watched you leave. Now I'm drowning in the what ifs and the maybes instead, cursing the things that I never quite said. It wasn't the distance or the lack of the light, it was the goodbye I didn't fight. Maybe I thought you were testing the weight of the air, to see if I'd notice, to see if I'd care. Maybe I was tired of being the one to hold up the ceiling and hide from the sun. But the moment you turned, I felt the world crack, and I realized too late there was no calling you back. I gave you the silence you were looking to find, and left all the I love you scattered behind. Now I'm the king of a kingdom of gone, waiting for a battle that's already won. Was I being brave or was I just cold, letting the greatest story ever be told end on a comma instead of a flame, without even whispering the sound of your name? watched the door close and I watched you leave. Now I'm drowning in the what ifs and the maybes instead, cursing the things that I never quite said. It wasn't the distance or the lack of the light, it was the goodbye. I just let it happen, I just let you go. I sat in the dark and I watched the final show. No, stay with me, no, don't leave me yet. Just a room full of shadows and a lifetime of regret. Yeah, the one that hurts the most is the goodbye I didn't fight. We sat there in the driveway with the engine humming low. Both of us were waiting for a sign to stay or go. The dashboard lights were glowing, casting shadows on your face. We were inches from each other, but in a different solar space. There were words like jagged glass, sitting heavy on our tongues, the kind of truths that poison every breath inside your lungs. But the silence was a blanket, and it felt so safe and deep. So we let the fire flicker out and let the anger sleep. I could have reached across the seat and grabbed you by the hand. I could have screamed, I'm sorry, till we both could understand. But I just stared at the raindrops on the glass against the sky and watched the last of us begin to quietly subside. It wasn't the big explosion or the secrets that we kept. It was the quiet hallway and the way we both just slept. We let the sun go down on a wound that needed light, and we lost the future in the night. We didn't fix it. Yeah, we walked away from the wreckage without even a fight. In the hollow, heavy silence of the night, we didn't fix it. I woke up in the morning and the air felt thin and strange, like a house you've lived in all your life has undergone a change. The coffee tasted bitter and the sun fell way too bright, and I realized we had crossed a line in the middle of the night. You can't repair a bridge once the pillars turn to dust. You can't reclaim the spirit once it's sacrificed to rust. We traded in our maybe for a cold and certain no, by choosing not to say the things that we both already know. Sometimes the end is a thunder crash, a violent sudden roar, but ours was just a clicking latch on a closing bedroom door. No, stay with me, no, fix this, no, don't let it fall apart. Just a slow and steady cooling of a once unruly heart. the secrets that we kept. It was the quiet hallway and the way we both just slept. We let the sun go down on a wound that needed light, and we lost the future in the night. We didn't fix it. Yeah, we walked away from the wreckage without even a fight. In the hollow, heavy silence of the night, we didn't fix it. We had the chance, we had the hours, we had the words in our mouths, but we just let the dark win. We just let the cold in. Now I'm looking back at the night we didn't fix it. Yeah, that was the night we died. Finally cleared your sneakers from the corner by the door. Now there's nothing but a rectangle of dust upon the floor. I moved the sofa over, try to fill the empty space, but I'm just building monuments to things I can't replace. I used to complain that we were living wall to wall, but now I take a step and I feel tiny, I feel small. The air is getting thinner with every breath I take. The silence is a fever that I just can't seem to shake. I used to wish for quiet, used to wish for room to breathe, but I didn't know how cold it gets the moment that you leave. The ceiling's getting higher, the hallway's getting long, the shadows keep on dancing to a half-remembered song. I'm a ghost inside a mansion that I used to call a home, learning how to navigate the kingdom of the lone. It's funny how the world expands when there's no one left to vow. The room feels bigger now. Yeah, it feels way too big right now. I'm sleeping on the left side, but the right side is a sea, a vast and open ocean stretching out away from me. The kitchen is a canyon when I'm making tea for one. I'm staring at the window just to wait out for the sun. My voice just hits the plaster and it bounces back to me, a lonely kind of physics, a hollow property. Yeah, there's too much light in every corner, too much space for me to hide. I'm a pilot in a cockpit with no one else inside. I could scream until my lungs give out and never hit a wall. So much further left to fall. gets bigger, so much bigger than I ever wanted it to be. We sat across the table till the candles burned to wax, searching for the friction or the fire or the cracks. But there wasn't any anger, there wasn't any spite, just two people sitting in a fading pool of light. We've argued every angle, we've dissected every word, till every single I love you felt heavy and unheard. We've polished every memory till the edges started to fray, and there's nothing left to whisper, and there's nothing left to say. We're looking for a villain, but we're both just tired ghosts, drifting further inland from our separate lonely coasts. We've used up every maybe, we've exhausted every if. Now we're just two sailors staring off the edge of a cliff. We didn't hit an iceberg and we didn't catch a flame. There's no one left to point at, and there's no one left to blame. The well just hit the bottom, the sand just left the glass, watching the final seconds of our forever past. It's not a lack of effort, it's not a lack of seasons, it's just a quiet moment when we ran out of reason. Yeah, we ran out of reasons to try one more time. I looked for an excuse to stay, a reason to be mad, something to hold on to from the life that we once had. But the why has lost its power, and the how has lost its way. We're just going through the motions of a long and hollow play. It's a strange kind of morning when you don't have any scars, just a slow and steady dimming of the once bright stars. We didn't break the promise, we just let the fire die. And now there's no more because left to follow up the why. If I hated you, it'd be easier to pack. If you'd hurt me, I could leave and never once look back. But it's just the sound of a clock that's finally wound down, the silence of a parade that's finally left town. We're standing in an empty room with wide open doors, realizing I'm not yours and you're no longer yours. final seconds of our forever past. It's not a lack of effort, it's not a lack of seasons. It's just a quiet moment when we ran out of reasons. No more stay for the kids, no more stay for the house, no more let's try to fix it from a tired out spouse. Just a cold hard truth in the wintertime air. The reasons are gone, and they're just not there. We ran out, we finally ran out. We're still talking and we in ours, planning the summers and counting the hours. But I felt the shift like a change in the wind, a quiet departure before you began. I was building a future on shifting sand, while you were untying the rings from your hand. The grammar of forever started to slip like a glass of wine, losing its grip. I said I love you and you said I know. That was the first seed you planted to grow. I was still living in the present day here, while you were already admitting defeat. It's the heaviest weight that a heart has to carry, the ghost of the vows that we'll never marry. One day we were breathing, the next we were ghosts, two drifting ships leaving opposite coasts. My heart couldn't catch what your mind already spent. I was still asking where, you were saying where we went. The oxygen died, the fire grew cold, and us became a story that's already been told. Yeah, us became a past tense, a shadow on the fence. I walked into the kitchen to share a joke, but the air in the hallway was heavy with smoke. You looked at me like a book you'd already read, with nothing but footnotes and things left unsaid. I was using verbs that were active and bright, you were using language that turned out the light. We all turned to we were in the blink of an eye, before I even had the chance to ask why. It's a violent transition, a quiet decline, when your life stops being entangled with mine. I'm still searching for now in the wreckage of then, trying to find the us in the never again. But the ink is all dry and the pages are turned, and I'm just the lesson that you finally learned. It's the heaviest weight that a heart has to carry, the ghost of the vows that we'll never marry. One day we were breathing, the next we were ghosts, two drifting ships leaving opposite coasts. My heart couldn't catch what your mind already spent. I was still asking where, you were saying where we went. The oxygen died, the fire grew cold and us became a story that's already been told. We go became, we went. We love became, we spent. Now it's just you and it's just me in the space where us used to be. Yes, it's just a past tense now. You were sitting on the sofa, but your soul was in the hall. I was talking to a shadow, I was leaning on the wall. Your eyes were like a station where the last train already left, leaving me to wander through the ruins and the theft. You still said good morning, and you still picked up the phone. But I've never felt more desperate, and I've never felt more alone. It's the loneliest sensation, having you within my reach, while the heart of you is drifting on some far and distant beach. I was screaming at the water, trying to make a sound, while you were playing peaceful with your feet upon the ground. I was fighting for the us while you were checking out of we, building up a fortress where I used to have a key. You didn't pack a suitcase, and you didn't leave a note, but I felt the sudden shiver as you took away your coat. You were physically present, but the spirit was a ghost. I was drowning in the harbor while you walked along the coast. You didn't say it's over, you just turned out every light and left me in the darkness to survive the coming night. The hardest part of losing you was the silence in the room, when you stopped showing up emotionally. I tell you about my day and watch your gaze begin to drift. I felt the tectonic plates of us begin to slowly shift. I'd ask you what you're thinking, and you'd tell me nothing much, while I was starving for a word and I was dying for a touch. It's a violent kind of absence when the body's still in place, searching for a flicker of a feeling on your face. But you had vacated the premises, you had settled every day, while I was standing in the doorway, soaked and shivering and wet. How do you mourn a person who is standing in the light? How do you say goodbye when they haven't left your sight? You were a hollowed out cathedral, a shell of what we knew. I was worshiping a memory instead of loving you. you walked along the coast. You didn't say it's over, you just turned out every light and left me in the darkness to survive the coming night. The hardest part of losing you was the silence in the room when you stopped showing up emotionally. I was checking for a pulse, but the line was already flat. You were there, but you weren't. I guess it's as simple as that. The vacancy sign was blinking, and I was the only one home. Yeah, you stopped showing up long before you were gone. I'm shivering in a sweater that used to feel like home, but the wool is just a hollow shell since I've been here alone. I checked the thermostat tonight, it says 72, but there's a frost inside these hallways that followed after you. The sunlight hits the floorboards in the middle of the day, but it looks like winter moonlight, all pale and washed away. You didn't just take your suitcase or the records from the shelf. You took the part of every room that felt like life itself. I'm burning every candle, I'm turning on the stove, trying to reclaim the atmosphere of the life we wore. But the air just stays like iron, and the shadows stay like ice, and I'm paying for your absence at a heavy freezing price. You took the glow from the kitchen, the soft from the bed. You took the color from the things that we never should have said. Now I'm living in a Polaroid where the edges turn to blue, searching for a flicker of the light I thought I knew. It's a different kind of winter when the fire loses its hue. Yeah, the house is still standing, but the heat left with you. You took the warmth. Yeah, you took the warmth with you. I remember how the window steam would rise when you were near, a golden kind of energy that kept away the fear. Now I breathe and see my spirit like a mist against the glass, watching all the frozen hours and the lonely seasons pass. The coffee's getting bitter and the blankets feel like lead. There's a draft that's always blowing through the words left in my head. I could fly down to the island, I could lay under the sun, but I'd still be feeling midnight now that you and I are done. Is it physics, is it magic? How a person is a flame, how the temperature drops 20 degrees at the mention of your name. I'm a pilot in a cockpit,
losing power in the heights, watching all the gauges fall along with all the from the kitchen, the soft from the bed. You took the color from the things we never should have said. Now I'm living in a Polaroid where the edges turn to blue, searching for a flicker of a light I thought I knew. It's a different kind of winter when the fire loses its hue. Yeah, the house is still standing, but the heat left with you. You took the warmth. Yeah, you took the warmth with you. I'm just huddling in the kitchen, trying to remember how it felt to burn. But the embers are all ashy, and the seasons won't turn. It's so cold in here. God, it's so cold in here. Because you took the warmth with you. Watched you pouring coffee like a stranger in our kitchen, reading through the headlines, just looking for a mission. To be anywhere but here, to be anyone but mine. I saw the distance growing, one heartbeat at a time. The door was still locked, but the spirit had fled, leaving echoes of the things that we never quite said. Your body was a ghost I was trying to hold, a story already written, already told. I was fighting a war that was already lost, counting the days and ignoring the cost. I didn't need the suitcase sitting by the door to know that you weren't living in this house anymore. The silence was a scream, the fire was just stone. I was waking up beside you, but waking up alone. No, I didn't need a goodbye to know it was the end. I didn't need a break to know I couldn't bend. The truth is a shadow that finally came to rest. You were gone before you left. Your eyes were like a window to a room that's been clear. The warmth that evaporated just like I had feared. I'd reach for your hand and I'd touch empty air, even when you were standing right in front of me there. You were mourning us in secret while I was making plans, building castles out of water and holding on to sands. It's the slowest kind of die and the longest kind of fade, watching every memory we ever tried to trade. You didn't have to walk out and leave me behind. You'd already vacated every corner of
Yeah, you were gone. You were long gone, long before you left. I thought losing you would feel like a hollow, a lightness of bone and a soul turned to air. I thought I'd be drifting, a ghost in the shadow, no heavy burden or cross left to bear. But the air in this hallway is thick as a mountain, and the space where you stood is a leaden gray stone. I'm gasping for breath in a room full of nothing, crushed by the pressure of being alone. It's not that you're gone, it's the shape that you left, a vacuum that pulls at the seams of my chest. The silence is loud and the stillness is heavy, a permanent weight that won't let me rest. They say grief is a phantom, but it feels like a wall. It's the anchor that drags me on your side of the bed. It's the gravity pulling on everything said. I'm bruised by the quiet, I'm broken by space, I'm tripping on shadows that look like your face. I thought I'd feel empty, but I'm losing the fight, 'cause your absence has weight, and it's crushing me tonight. Your coffee mug sits like an iron cast statue, 100-pound relic on the kitchen shelf. The memory of us is a physical burden I can't even carry the weight of myself. The sunlight is heavy as it hits the floorboards, mapping the places where we used to dance. Every square inch is a dark, heavy ocean, and I'm drowning in every missed second and chance. It's a density, a gravity, a massive unseen entity. It's the way the floor groans when I walk past your door, like the house can't support who I am anymore. I'm sinking, I'm sliding, I'm buried in blue, underneath all the nothing that's left here of you. I'm broken by space, I'm tripping on shadows that look like your face. I thought I'd feel empty, but I'm losing the fight, 'cause your absence has weight, and it's crushing me tonight, so heavy.
The silence is so heavy. It's the biggest thing in the room. It's the weight of the soon that never came. The weight of your name. I'm just pinned down by the weight of you not being here.